The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Screen pass to Connor. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Taken down.
That's certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 41, Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 44-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. 11 more on that one and another first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Right back to Connor here on first. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On third down, Roethlisberger. He completes it to Evans. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
No hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'm going to pour out one for the sake. Boy, teenage make they live. I'm going to run to the bed until we all got them buckets. Hear the footsteps coming, cause we coming for the jet.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. That's complete to his tight end Sprinkle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. That is incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Bud Dupree able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's the Pro Bowl punter Tress Way on to punt for Washington. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 24-yard line.
Roethlisberger will throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. But now it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Roethlisberger. Airing this one out for Evans. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. They go play fake. Mahomes escaping the pressure right. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run.
And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis with touchdown number 12 on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good.
Washington 7, Steelers nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Let's go, D.
On the handoff, Lewis. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it. Lewis. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 6 yards there. 1st down, Pittsburgh. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
7-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers?
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Washington.
Complete.
Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the return, the Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
They'll take over.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
On first down, this is Geis. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out. And they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
To
Sammy Watkins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Makes this Washington 20. Steelers nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Ryan Switzer on the return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Airing this one out for Evans. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 7.
The Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
1:53 remaining in this first half of play. remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Second and 2.
On the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
A gain of 7.
7 yards there and a first down. On first and 10, here's Mahomes. This is caught. Watkins. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Sammy Watkins with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
The extra point
and he puts it through.
Makes this Washington 27. Steelers nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
On the return, the Steelers. Take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, it's not been their bread and butter. I don't know, is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Third down and 7.
To throw on third down, Walker. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 37-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Teams always want to send messages. I think that was quite a statement there to start the third quarter.
Yeah, less than a minute in. Already that quick, long strike. They are setting the tone for the second half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Switzer now to return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. 2nd and 16. This is Lewis on the handoff. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Lewis, the ball.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
To throw is Walker. Throwing on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Here we go.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field. Let's get
They'll hand it now to Geis. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And this is caught by Watkins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown.
A 20-yard touchdown. And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes this Washington 41. Steelers nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Switzer now to return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Switzer on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Complete to Eric Ebron.
On third down, it's Lewis. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Lewis. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3 brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. Ebron caught left side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rudolph. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
1st and 10.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They start on the ground with Geis. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 60 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Switzer now to return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Switzer on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league,
and this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And he stopped immediately there.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A huge play there for Washington. 46 yards.
Washington.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Touchdown, Washington.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Switzer now to return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. And they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and try to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, it's Rudolph. Screen pass to Connor. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
For Juju Smith-Schuster.
I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Rudolph. And this is going to be incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Trying to go back to Watkins, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes.
He'll air this one out deep for Sims.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up
that last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he's got his big tight end here.
Mahomes.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
A gain of
and looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Washington.
Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
This will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Intercepted.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Working with his 2nd and 4.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Danny Johnson returning. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because
he rifles one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Rudolph. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Connor going to try and run it. And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad.
61. Steelers 16. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now here's Johnson. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Off to Geis on the screen. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And that's complete. It's Sims. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Sammy Watkins, the intended target. But it's going to be 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
And again, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final
a big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Washington, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, this season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.